of your body under the moonlight when we making sweet love. I got to get it, no chill, several times a sexual heat. Run away with me, 'cause this love is forever our thing. This land is forever you and me, your moves and waves, you pleasing me. And I just got one wish, baby, don't slow down.
Sentiment reine, sentiment seule forme pour sous la terre. On monte en pète, on baille en mouche, allez on vous envahit tout comme moi. Ni doute, on savent que c'est fou. Quoi qu'il en coûte, about tout. Face au monde, vous et moi. Laissez-moi promettre fou, baby. This land is forever you and me. Your news and ways, you're pleasing me. Mais on s'est sweet money, pas j'en like it one, baby.
One, two. What up? This is Club Shada. And I'm your boy. Yeah, your host, Mr. Shada. Welcome to tonight's episode. Where I'm gonna be talking by myself or with you guys, depending on if you guys show up. Let me go on my YouTube to make sure that the live feed is happening and that you guys are seeing me. Forgot to do that. Sorry. There you go. Easy. All right. There you go. Live feed. Ooh. How are you doing? Bonne nuit, hello, good night, bonsoir, bonne nuit. Buenas noches. Sango malamu. I'm letting everybody get in. Guess I'm not alone tonight. Starting late, fuck. I'm trying to start at 10 p.m., but there's always something. So, 1212, this is Club Shada. It's a sad day today, but I mean, it's a sad day every day for a lot of people. I want to welcome our new subscribers. Live reports, interesting. Rapture Music, Noemi, and Sarah. I want to give a head on for the fact. Wait a minute, I want to test something. Wait. Yeah, that worked. Yeah. For the fact that in the month of May, we goal was 1,000 new subscribers on this YouTube channel. We passed that. We pushed the goal to 1,005. We passed that. I don't hear myself well. Right. We pushed the goal to 1,750. We passed that, and then the goal was 2,000 subscribers. And I'm happy to say that we are at 2,083 new subscribers in the channel. And when I say new subscribers, this is the way YouTube counts a new subscriber. In the end of the month, your new subscribers are all the people who subscribe to the channel minus all the people who unsubscribe to the channel. So maybe we had 2,500 new people and 500 people who left goodbye. But yeah, you see the point. We have 2,083 new people who probably come watching music videos and etc. etc. They must be sleeping at this time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You hear the music? You hear the music? Hey. Thank you, my Skizomba. I'll go on your channel. I'll do the same on the next live. So as you can see, I can actually remove the donation link for those who want to donate through that, because we now have super chat. Look at that. Boom. And when somebody gives a super chat, you see the comments with color, and these comments stays there. When there's a lot of comment, it can help you have your comments stay up. And so I will remove probably that thing, because now you can give any amount you want. And I'll teach you. I'll teach you. So you can have anybody you want to donate to the channel now, you can do directly from the comment section of YouTube. So things are coming well. You can even give some super stickers, etc. etc. The next thing I will do, I will replace Patreon with channel memberships, but I still have to understand how do I get that. But I'm talking to the people at YouTube. So the good thing about super chat, depending on how much money you put, you can have your first of all, you have a notification like this. That's something that, hey, I do these things. And also the amount of money you give, the more your comment will stay on the top of the chat. So if once there's a lot of things and you want to say something or whatever, but you can also use it differently. Let's say you want to do a show, and people decide what you will sing. So people can come to the show and give you something while you're singing, and they can say, for example, if somebody give me $20, I'll sing the song they want. Those type of things that you can then start. For example, Mais Kizomba, they have a channel. They have a show on Saturdays, and you can have for example, a feature where those who donate can choose, can ask the DJ to play a certain song. For example, these are the kind of things you can implement on your channel, and that's great because it's an easier way for people to support your channel. But let's not get carried away. I want to say hi to Leslie. Hey Leslie, how are you? Quero dizer boa noite para Maria. Então, senhorita, tudo bem para ti? What up, Crystal Killer? I'm good. How are you? I want to say hi to Sivulil. When is your album Bench Royalty coming out? I can't wait. Can't wait either. I don't know. Listen, the album is amazing. It's just that I'm working on a lot of things at the same time. I'm working on the live show. I'm working on singles every Fridays. And at the same time, I have to take time. I'm raising a kid. And at the same time, I have to take time to work on this album. But I'm on it. Don't worry. It's almost done. It's 80% done. Maybe this summer, maybe after the summer. It comes out when it's ready. I'm lucky to have that luxury. I want to say big up to my brother, Lil Mao, official, the genius. Listen, you guys are not ready for the car ride. When this album comes out, you're gonna piss in your pants. Car Ride, Volume 1 and 2. Madness. But Lil Maro, you had a mission. You had a mission that I gave you 3 months ago. And you told me last Friday that I would have my song finished Monday. It is Thursday. Tu te fous de ma gueule. Très cher cousin Joël, bonsoir à toi, bonsoir à Dali, j'espère que vous allez bien. Nous ici ça va. Lunay, bonne nuit. Ah. Club is over. Half of the club is there. Good. Yep, exactly what I said. You can. There's a lot of things you can do. You know what I saw? Hello, Lab One World. Comment ça va? You know, I saw a girl. If you send your picture and you donate, she does like this, the same way we do the beat critiques on Fridays, some Fridays. Well, if you send her like I think it's $15, then you can send your photo and she will criticize your photo, tell you if you have a good haircut, if you're looking good, if you're her style or not. And she receives a ton of photos and a ton of money. The internet is amazing. Nadia, hello you. How are you? Tudo bem? Nice new photo. This is new profile picture. Nice one. So, are we getting into it? Are we talking about the world? Like, the reason why I was not really in the mood to do a live was the death of George Floyd. It's and I'm not a reporter. I'm not the news. I come here to talk about how I feel and talk about it with you guys, and then I let the conversation flow. So I come here, I said to myself, I'll be here for an hour, 2 hours. We talk about things and we go from subject to subject. And depending on the conversation with you guys, this changes. This changes the flow of the whole conversation, right? And it is I'm okay, Nadia. I'm gonna start with Oi Celcio. Bosh. Before I talk about that murder, I want to talk about my newest song, which is the piano version of my song with Lincha called Upside Down. We already have 7,800 streams on Spotify. We almost at 10,000, so please go and check it out on my Spotify profile. Play it, please. So we can get to this week's score of 10,000. That's what we try to get every week. And also Friday single, an hour or two, what a banger. I hope you will like it. The Kizomba dancers will love it. And then next Friday's single, I'm a piano, madness. It's of course, there's something interesting that I'm seeing in my streams, in the analytics. So when the quarantine started, so let's say not 8 weeks ago, but maybe 2 weeks after the quarantine started, I was thinking, well, everybody's gonna be. What up, Luis? Tudo bem? I was thinking that the streams would go up because everybody was at home. Actually, what went up was the YouTube views. That was very interesting. My YouTube views went from, on my main channel, they went from 700,000 to 1 million views. What did I do? To 1 million views. And wow. And then it started dropping now. It went down, then went up again. Now it's around 930,000 stream views. But what's super interesting is that my Spotify plays and Apple Music and all the streaming services, the number of streams dropped of around 30%, 20 to 30%. I was doing 900,000 streams monthly, and it went down to 720 the whole time we were in quarantine. So my explanation for that was that the people who play music at home, they stay the same. The people who play music while they go into work, coming back from work, when they're commuting, those are staying at home, so they might not be playing music. And a lot of bars, hotels, clubs, hair salons, whatever place where there's people, now they just have a Spotify playlist playing in a loop in the background. The sound that you hear in the back, it's actually playing from Spotify. I just go to one of my Spotify accounts and I just play something on repeat. And a lot of places, they have a playlist. They either follow some playlist, like for example, a lot of lounges follow playlists like a Bossa Nova lounge, for example, and they let the curator of the playlist choose 10, 20, 100 songs And after that, they just play it in their hotels. So when you're an artist and you're lucky to have one of your songs in one of those playlists, and it's played by, I don't know, 100 places around the world, it means that every day your song will be played. Every time the playlist repeats, your song is played. Every time you get a stream equals money. So the fact that some countries are now ending quarantine, letting people go out, pushing people back to work because the economies are gonna suffer, well, the commuters are back. Some restaurants and hotels are starting to open, and the playlists are starting to go again. So my songs that are very playlisted were actually the one that were impacted by this. The songs that people play at home or that people play when they go to do a jogging or whatever, those songs, they kept playing the same. And actually my weekly singles, they all reached 10,000 streams, which is amazing, because of the new followers, the people who are at home and they listen to. And it was not a question of playlists. But now that the economies and countries are opening, all of a sudden, I see the streams go back up. So let me show you. Where are my stats? So you see, let me show you. You see the number of listeners here. It was around. It went down to 245. And I went up before quarantine. I was around 290,000. I was almost reaching 300,000. I was about to celebrate that, and then everything went down. Like, so you can see here, this is before quarantine, and all of a sudden, when they closed everything, you see, I was doing like I was every day. I had more or less 23,000 people listening to any of my songs, and it went down all of a sudden to 17,000, and now you see it's going back up. It's going back up. And in terms of streams, see, you can see here, I was like celebrating the fact that I just passed the thing, and then it went back down, and now it's going back up. So if you look at the last 7 days, now the last 28 days, you can see that every Friday now, because it was flat here, and Fridays are starting to open. So Friday, Saturday, you can see that now you have, and my goal is to reach here 35K per day, and then after that I want to reach 40K a day. So it's very interesting what's going on. You see 6% change. So I need to go back to 900,000 streams to go back to where I was before, so I can go back to pushing to trying to reach the 1 million streams per month. This is Kaysha stats. This is not Sushi Raw. This is just Kaysha. But I need to arrive to 1 million streams and to consolidate that level. And then once I'm there, my next goal would be 1,000,005, and then so on and so on. But that's interesting what happened. But the one single per week policy is helping that, because every week I have some new music. So those who like my old music can listen to it. But there's those who like my new music also have something new to put under their teeth. So you can see here my 2 upcoming releases. There's one coming out tomorrow at midnight, an hour or 2, Kizomba, and then I already have the next one, and I'm working on this one here and that one, so that I can have like my whole month of June free of recording, and I can focus on the album. I need to record 2 more songs and put them there in the list coming. You can see here how many playlists I are playing my songs. You see, I have a song that is Havana Bossa Nova is on a big playlist, and that big playlist is starting to pump again. I have the Dancing Kizomba. I hope Mr. Mike Kizomba will put me on his playlist, at least 10 songs. And then I also have Don't You, that is in a good playlist, that is and then I have my own playlist, Kizomba 2020, that is bringing me how many plays that's see here? Almost 8,000 plays. Plus I have the Kizomba playlist, another playlist here, and then there's so many playlists, like almost 50,000 playlists with my songs in there. So that's super interesting. And in terms of the latest release, you see we're already at 7,000. Get Naked, the remixes passed 12,000. Last Night is at 15. Sociedad Conmigo 13. Don't You is at 20,000 only this month, because the song is already almost at 30K, which is great. It's stabilized at 500 or 600 plays per day, which is a great. And then you have Make Me Wanna Stay, and you know, and then you can see all my songs, like since this guy has a lot of songs. Wait, this is 2000 and what? Really, so many singles, that's crazy. Anyway, that was just to show you the vibe, right? You love stats? I love stats. AJ, late? No, just 20 minutes late. It's okay. The club is almost reunited. Shada gang, welcome everybody. What you mean the song is playing twice? You know what? I think this is when I put Chrome. I think this happens. Know what? I know what it is. Let me check something. Let me go back to Chrome. Let me see. I want to check something. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Just realized what it is. So let me see. If I go to Chrome. Now I got it. Now I got it. Because when I was going to Chrome, it was also showing the system audio. Very interesting. Let me see now. When I go to main, when I go back to Chrome, it's muted. Hey, I found it. That's interesting. I'm gonna talk about this guy about that. Cool. Got it now. I just need to know why it stops a bit when I go to Chrome. You see the sound stops a bit, but that's just a detail. Hi Nathan. Hello Dali. Comment ça va? Alright, you're working on your Spotify playlist? Well, I need every new song I do in there. Midnight on Fridays when it comes out, has to be there on top every week. I'm okay, Maximum Records. How are you? So guys, listen. I want to talk about something a little somber. First of all, I'm going to let you know that there's a new feature on the channel that our good friend Bruno from Mike Kizomba has tested, where you don't need to go to the donation QR code anymore. Let me remove it. You don't need to do that anymore. When you want to donate, you can directly through the chat. There's a $sign. You just click on the $sign. Let me see. Can I give myself money? Let me try that. good. Let me try. Let me test if I can send money to myself. I want to send a super chat of €5 €5.49, and then I will say you're amazing. Buy and send. Does it work? Face ID, okay. Successful. Yeah. I send myself a super chat. Get that. Okay. Interesting. Funny. I guess the money's gonna be in a loop. That's cool. Thing didn't catch it. Let me see. There it is. Kaysha donated himself €5. That's cool. So yeah, you see, it's more simple. You can even, the more you put, the more your comment stays on the top of the chat, so everybody can see it, etc. So we might use it in the future for shows, for different stuff. Bruno loves to disconcentrate me while I'm on the live, sending me messages here. There you go. I'll check it out. I'll push it. I'll tweet it so you can have some followers. I have to push I have to do some promo on my playlist. I'm around 8,000 and 200,000 followers. I have to go up there. So before we do the usual conversations, I want to talk about devils. George Floyd was murdered in cold blood by devils. And not only that cop who was being happy murdering someone is a devil, but his 3 other colleagues who were just there watching and saying it's okay, it's fine, are devils too. And they all deserve to be prosecuted, and justice has to be served, and hopefully it will be right, but at least these guys deserve to spend whatever is the maximum amount that this country has decided for this crime. He has to serve that. And he has to, and his crew of people who were just there watching him murder someone should also serve and be put in those jails with the rapists, the gay rapists, or the people that they usually put in jail. They should go there, because we are in 2020. Watching this public execution all around, like you could not escape it. You can pretend that these things don't exist because it makes you anxious, but you could not You cannot run away from these things and those subjects and those conversations. And it has to just no justice, no peace. Listen, when I was young, I saw a movie that really resonated in for me, called "Do the Right Thing" by legendary director Spike Lee. And the way, and if you didn't see "Do the Right Thing," please educate yourself. The way Radio Raheem dies in that movie and the riot that goes after is exactly the same thing that is happening 30 years later. And I remember that when we went to see that movie, it was in France, like it was the time of the Zulu nation, and all of us wanted to be rappers, Zulus. Everybody was dressing with baggy jeans, dressed like Americans, etc., etc. And I remember that when we all arrived in the cinemas, because it was on the Champs-Élysées, and the cinema, the theater was full of black people. They put police everywhere, in just there, like watching, and everybody was like, but why? People came to see a movie. At that time, I didn't think much of it. I was way younger. I don't know. I don't remember when it came out. I don't know if I was 15, 16, 18. I don't remember. But I remember that. So we saw the movie. The movie was cool. It was like what we all dreamed of. America, Radio Raheem, the pro-black guy, Spike Lee, the cool guy who's trying to not be in the problem. So he's the link between the Italian owners and the black people who are buying the pizzas and stuff, until they kill Radio Raheem. And Spike Lee says, fuck it. He goes, he grabs a trash and he throws it in and shatters the glass of the store of his boss, the Italian. And this sparkles the revolution in the neighborhood. And this is a 20, 30 years old movie, and it is still so actual. This is sad how much it is still so actual. And like, you watch this movie, I remember when he died, like while the whole movie, everybody was laughing, everybody was making a lot of noise, people were chilling, it was like, we were young, stupid. When that scene started and they're strangling the guy and everybody's there, you killing him, and the guy saying, I can breathe, like the same, like go see that movie. And the whole cinema was silent. Then he died, and they took his body, they put in a car, and all the police, like they were like, and then everybody was crying. Like, and I'm talking about, there were some gangsters there, us, women, everybody was crying. Some were crying of sadness, some of rage, and like, and we came out of that movie like starting. You want to do the name of the movie? All right. Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. Sorry, I'll read all your comments. I'm just finishing that part of my expose. We came out of that movie still too young to understand what Spike Lee was describing was their reality of that country that we all mimicked, we all dreamed of, we all wished we were not born in Africa, but we were born there in New York or in Atlanta or in LA and be part of. But so it was a sad movie. And when I think about that movie today and about how my view of America, after going a lot of times and after seeing the dark side of that country, I realized that I didn't really understand that movie until today. Because like when I saw the images of these poor men, these poor innocent men getting murdered, the first thing that came to my head was Radio Raheem. And like, I went back, I typed on YouTube Radio Raheem scene, and then I watched it again and I felt the same pain. Boa noite, Minerva. Como estás? For you who made the best version of the song. I'll get back to that. Remind me that when I'm done talking about the serious stuff. I swear I want to talk about how bad the race thing has been here in the States, but I didn't want to be a party pooper. It's important. It's part of the club. The club is a think tank. It's shocking how American police discourse black life. For real though. Exactly. They just got fired. That's it? No, I need them to be either on house arrest or in prison and to be trialed, because that's not normal. Nine minutes of making him suffer and beg and nah. Come on. So, you know, me too, I saw it when I was young and I want to watch it again. I actually want to show it to my wife because I'm sure she doesn't know it. But I want to show it because I think it's important for me to show her movies that define something. And almost every Spike Lee movie have a very important message, from X to, but X and Do the Right Things are super important. Hey Matt, yeah. This is a very good idea, actually. I'll do the same thing. I found it's on YouTube. I'll download it and put it tomorrow, because it's I live in Minneapolis, man. This is what they do all the time. They got caught this time because of that's the worst part. Is for one that is visible, how many people are just being slaughtered. That being said, I'm gonna have to be my people call me the voice of the conscience, because it's not just about the news, it's unfair, I know, etc., but the title of this episode is Unity. And there's a reason why I called it Unity. And there's a reason why it only happens to us. I'm not saying that we are the only people that are suffer and the only people who are etc. It's not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that we have a problem. And our problem, of course, is them and their ways that they don't want to stop. And of course, America is a rotten country. I would even say that it's a cursed country. because it's a country that has been built by the English, the Germans, and the French on top of the blood of the native Indians. This is not, and this has never been their country. They stole it. Like the rest of Europe, went all around the world and stole everything they could. At least in the 60s, the rest of Europe pretended to give back the countries to people when they put everybody, all our cherished leaders, dictators that they call, on top, and send them women that were spies to be their girlfriends so they could sway. But that's another conversation. This country has a problem, and it has been having a problem forever. Slavery, when the guys were free, they were free but poor. Then the segregation laws, and now those people who are here also because of the way they have been led to become poor, they are also treated either like slaves on the new slavery, which is prisons, or as animals. And you know, it's let me go back to us. You know why this doesn't happen to some communities or to some religions? Because they are united and organized. And whatever they do between themselves, or whatever they might have between themselves, first of all, they don't show it. They don't show their fights. They don't show their discussions. They don't show when they disagree. But when you attack one of them, they raise as one man. And not only they raise as one man, but they don't raise from the outside like us. They also raise from the inside, because they took all this time to infiltrate, to own the medias, to own the newspapers, to own most of the websites, so that they can either sway the narrative when they do something bad, or put their fist on the table and yell when there's something bad that is done to one of them, because they act as a unit. Which is, I'm sorry to say to you, my dear babies, is exactly the opposite of what we do. A young kid last week was murdered too by police in Congo. Bullet in the head, because he was complaining about something. I don't remember exactly what was the thing, but I know in Kinshasa it happened. And police just shot him in the head. And yeah, there's been some tweets, but that's it. It's in Africa. It's Africans. The same black Americans who call themselves African Americans didn't care. They don't even know to care. But we know all about when these horrible things happen to them, plus everything else. And that's what is the lack of unity is called. It's not a question of comparing sufferings. I'm not going there. It's a question of when something wrong is done to your people, are you seeing this as a spectator, or are you seeing this as somebody who's hurt And sometimes it takes a high profile, mediatized case like this one that slipped out of the thousands of non-mediatized ones, right? For the whole world to be shocked and everybody to say never again until the next time. But then nothing happens. In a week, we will add him to the list of the other martyrs of American brutality. And we will all be interested in 6ix9ine, in whether Doja Cat or is black or not, is da. And everybody will be outraged, whether we have to cancel somebody, mute this one, cancel that one, stuff that don't matter. And we will be again at each other's throats. This one will be wanting to be better than those ones. This country will say that their music is better than the other one, and people will insult their mothers on Twitter for subjects that don't matter. And because we spent the whole year wasting our energy on shit that doesn't matter, that when people say Black Lives Matters, it becomes just a slogan, a phrase, because it's in the middle of the rest of the thousands of phrases that the thousands of hashtags, because everybody's trying to exist on social media and everybody's spending all their energy trying to exist, either by hating somebody, either by hating a song, either by hating a YouTube channel, a creator, hating 6ix9ine but giving him all the plays, and then artists beefing and their fans insulting each other in the comment like if it was their moms. And when these things happen, people just have enough energy to post something, to say, oh my God, it's horrible, to hashtag, and then they're back to their lives. And that's selfish. I'm not here to chastise people. I'm not here to pretend I'm better than people. I'm just here to tell you what's going on. What are the facts? As a culture, as a group, and when I say as a culture, it's different. It englobes more people as a culture. Because as a culture, we are the Kizomba, Zouk, Kompa culture. We have white, black, Asian, we have people of all colors. But as an ethnic group, it can be global, or you can start nitpicking who's who. But in a week, everybody will be complaining about the Kizomba people, will be complaining about the urban Keys. The Angolans people will say they are the best, and the Capverdians will say no, it's us. The Zouk people will say, oh, we invented that shit, and the Kompa people will be saying, yo, come on. And unity. I'm not saying we cannot disagree between each other, but the energy we spend hating each other, insulting each other in commentaries on the platforms. Well, this what did I do? Sorry. And I'm not saying that people don't have a right to disagree and stuff, but I'm saying that the energy we put on that, while we are putting all our energy in that, we don't have any more energy when it's time to defend ourselves, defend our own, defend our culture, push our culture. We are busy deciding that this artist is great and that one is fucked up, when we should push everybody. Whether you like it or not, we should push the whole culture. And I see it time and time again. I saw Zouk, the Zouk market collapse because of that. Because everybody was busy trying to all sit in the same 10 chairs when there were 100 people, instead of trying to expand the market. When I was telling them, guys, we should expand the market to Portugal, Holland, this, that, bring in all the other forms of Zouk, Cabo Zouk, the Cape Verdeans, Ghetto Zouk, the old name of Kizomba, Candy Zouk, Afro Zouk, etc. We should just bring everybody together, so that if we create 1,000 chairs and we bring 500 artists, there's gonna be enough chairs for everybody. There's gonna be enough food for everybody. There's gonna be enough clubs for everybody. There's gonna be enough promoters to hire everybody. The first thing everybody told me was, you are not from the West Indies, you should shut up. Alright? See you when Kizomba eats you then. And that's exactly what happened. Everybody was busy fighting each other. All the women were busy hating each other and fucking the same guys and trying to sing in the same clubs. The managers were trying to kill each other to get all the artists. And me, I was like, I'm out, guys. I moved to Portugal. I left the whole market, and the market collapsed. And now everybody's calling me, trying to do Kizomba. But it's the same thing again. When there's no unity, you cannot build the boat when there's the wave to survive. You cannot survive. When there's unity, we can create our own banks. And when no artists are performing, our banks can pay the rents for all our artists. We can have funds. We can go and say, okay, Kizomba, Zouk, Kompa, and African, the rest of the African musics, this is our culture as a global thing, and we are defending it. We are championing it. When there's an album that comes out, even if I don't like it, I buy it. I don't go and download it from a website like I don't have €1 or €10 to pay a subscription. I can listen to it on Spotify, but I want to download it just because I want to download it, or I want to listen to it on YouTube and download from YouTube. That's how the same people then complain that music is bad, because the good artists get tired and they go get a job. Lack of unity. That's how people can disrespect you or disrespect somebody that is your competition, and instead of standing to defend him because it's your group, you stand there and you laugh, or you go to the person who's insulting him and you give him more ammunition. Oh, you know, he also did that. You should talk about that. Yo, talk about the girl that he fucked. Talk about lack of unity. Interests only of self before the interest of the group. I am interested by myself and my family, but I've always been interested by the group first. And the group is the music genres that I am a pillar of the group, my people and my culture. And when I say my people and my culture, I'm talking about Congo. I'm talking about African and its diaspora and the diversity of it. And I don't like everything, but I try to support everybody the way I can. When somebody tell me I have a new song, I used to tell them I'll buy it. Don't worry. No, I'll send it to you. No, don't worry. I already bought it. I would go and download on iTunes. A lot of people, a lot of artists, they would come to the record company and say, yo, can I have all the new CDs? And they would leave with 50 different CDs. Instead of using your money to push the rest so we can become all together stronger, and maybe we can buy a radio. Then once we buy a radio, we don't have to beg the others people to play us at night or to just play one of us. And that once it's only one of us that is there, we are here hating and trying to bring him down. All this, we cannot come and always say that, yeah, but it's the mentality that they put on us. No. This is us and our ways. This is us and our ways. I'm organizing battles on Instagram between artists. And the first battle was me and Nelson Freitas. It went amazing. Everybody was like, wow, such a great display of positivity, etc., etc. After the second battle, Don Kikas Johnny Ramos, which went great too, I'm started to have calls from people outside of the country telling me that, yo, we want to show how our country is the best. So bring all your guys. We will bring our guys. And I was like, guys, like this is not the spirit of what we're doing. We are doing something for unity. We are not doing something to show who's the best or who's not. It is a battle, yes, but it is about showing love and appreciation and support to our kings and queens. Just like we were inspired by the battles organized by Swiss Beats and Timbaland. And again, people will see their little thing. And if we don't, the next time we see something or some hate message because somebody hates somebody or whoever did a mistake, whatever small it is, or said something that was badly interpreted or whatever, or said, said a joke that you didn't like, instead of coming a million to hate that person, what if we just passed our way and we're like, happens, and not try to always teach a lesson to people, always like fuck the careers of the people you help build their career, because you've been part of helping their career, you believe that you also have the right to destroy it. The same way as when people come to me and they say something and I say, you're gonna talk to me respectfully, and they're like, oh, we are the fans, we talk how we want. No, you're gonna be blocked. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be blocked how you want. Bye. And a lot of people, because of social media, the way social media works, the way people get attracted to a certain type of subject, and the way that when those subjects become viral, they trend, so we all go there and we all add to the fire. We are now, I see people who wake up in the morning and their only question is, okay, where can I type something? Where can I criticize something? Where can I put a comment and hate somebody? Today I posted on Twitter a quote by something I saw. Will Smith said that a long time ago. It was what was the quote? The quote was let me see. Everybody's retweeting that quote. I need to see what it is. So what I said was, racism is not getting worse. It's just being filmed now. And I forgot that it was a quote from Will Smith that he said in an interview. I just remember that, and I just posted it on Twitter. And then he started having a lot of retweets, 2,000 and something retweets. And somebody came to me in the replies and said, "Oh, this is something that Will Smith said in 2016. So you should quote the author." And normally, the education would be to put quotes, the phrase, and then Will Smith. And I was like, I was about to reply, but you know, these days I'm changing. When the replying to somebody is not worth it, I just pass my way. Because I don't want to start going into a back and forth with people who think they're intelligent, or they think that this is what is important. And as long as it's not offensive, I don't block you, I just ignore you, or I can mute you. But what I was about to tweet her was, one black man has been murdered by police, and the only thing that you are interested in is quotes? Bitch, please. But then I was like, yeah. I'm not here to teach everybody. Like, she's not my follower. She's like somebody who just saw my retweet and she wanted to just bring that negativity. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. You don't need that. You don't need to go there. You don't need to come and always criticize, always had your little 2 cents or that, like, because you are taking the conversation away from what is important. And what is important is what's happening. And you talk about something important and some people will come, like, if you come and you say anything and you put Beyonce in the sentence, but it has nothing to do with Beyonce, all the beehive arrives and how you dare? And all those people, they have this mentality that everybody thinks that because there's a comment section, there's a comment box, that there's a reply, it means please reply something even if you don't have nothing to say. Reply something, anything. And those platforms, they are made like that. They are made to create that, because the more you guys come back to see what people reply about you and etc., the more they can show you ads, the more they make money. But the more they are destroying society and the ways of the kids. The kids now are super aggressive, and they are super aggressive about anything. You cannot say nothing about nobody. You cannot say, well, your sexuality is interesting. What you say? That's the world of today. You cannot say nothing. People film everything. It is good because it can help us see the truth when people pretend that, oh, this is how it happens. But at the same time, if tomorrow you get in a very bad accident in the road or something, and you are here on the ground and your arm is gone and you are bleeding, like, and you are here yelling because you are in pain, One person will take their phone to call the ambulance, but the rest of the people will film you. Thank you. It does. I will do a special video where I will take all my notes and I will go from slavery to meringue to cadence, compa, zouk, the spreading of compa and zouk around the world, kizomba, up to urban kids. I'll do it. I'll do a video about that. I will find a night where I'm in good shape. I'll take all my notes and we will do a history lesson, because a lot of people just believe that music was invented from their ass 5 years ago. Does zouk still have a future? Reggaeton has been coming and going every 10 years. So music genres never die, actually. People just get tired for a generation, and then the generation comes, and then they get tired of what is playing now. And then one day, trap, people will be tired of trap. I grew up in the days of the boom bap, the R&B, New Jack Swing R&B, and then people went back to something different, and then hip hop changed, keep changing languages, and now you have the UK drill, you have trap, you have drill, you have boom bap, you have Atlanta, you have all these different genres. And the thing for me, zouk is not dead. Zouk just needs to change itself. You know why I loved coming to Portugal when around 2004, 2005? Because I felt freedom in the music. Every time I was trying something new and different, it was working here. But in France, to do a hit, you had to follow like the chords, you have to do the thing, you have to have the compa end, like, and everybody was doing the same thing. If you listen to zouk from the 90s, there was so many different things, so many different genres. You had like Théorème, you had Kassav, of course, you had all these artists had a different zouk. And zouk was, yeah, it was it was more an ensemble of different Caribbean music that had more or less the same tempo, but it was going from 80 BPM to till 120 BPM, and it was still called zouk. And since then, compa, when you go to compa, you have guyad, you have different, like, the music is changing and going outside, eating something, coming back, like blending with other things. And zouk at a point from 2003 until today, the guys are still doing the same song. Always the same song, the same guitars, and it's the same two beat makers doing all the beats. So, and when there's a new beat maker, he tries to do the same as those guys. And all the girls, they come with the song and where they say, oh. So of course, at a point, your things become old. So all you need to do is do something new, and go to Mozambique, go to São Tomé, listen to what your music inspired, and go get inspired, and then come and do something, do a kizomba in Creole, and say, no, this is zouk. and people will say, "Oh, you scroll, yeah, it's Zouk." Oh, and wow, that's new. Wow, amazing. That's Zouk R&B. That's it. So it's not dead. It's just a lack of imagination of that generation. That generation, that their careers are wherever they are now. They stop thinking because they were busy trying to stay on top. So they stop working on their craft. They start only working on staying famous so they could perform. And that's what I call the jail of the playback, the jail where you do everything on April so you can go do the playbacks in the clubs in the summer, and then after that, everybody that heard your music in the summer, when they come back to France, they also want to see you in the club. So now you can do the tour, and then you get lost because you're scared to do something new, because you're scared that the public will not accept it, because sometimes when you get out of the hit formula, it's not easy. And that's what a lot of artists are scared of, is what you do after you have a hit, because your public is asking you to do the same thing. But you have to disobey your public and tell your public, listen to this. And they might say, so listen again, or listen another one, and another one, and another one, until somebody says, oh, and then you start a new lane. But a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are scared to try new stuff. And they come from an area, to add to that, they come from an area where when you put your music on a CD, it was an album, the production, the people who would pay for your album would only give you the chance on those 12, 15 songs to make them the money back and go do some shows. And you would not do another album after, Nowadays, you can release songs every Friday, so it's easy. You don't like this? Okay, see you next Friday. Okay, you want a good kizomba? Well, there you go. Okay, you got your good kizomba. Let me try something. I tried something, I didn't make money, but I had fun. Okay, next Friday, let me try. Oh wait, I need money. Let me do a diamonds. Let me do a cover. Let me take any song that is already popular and I do kizomba version and I make money. You have this liberty now. Back in the days, if your CD doesn't work, nobody's listen. I produced some girls and some guys that the CD didn't sell, and I was not here to produce another one. I was like, good luck. Because of course they were saying that it was my fault, and I was like, no, you didn't do your job. So it's really and I think it's been hard for that generation to understand how business works now. You have to have your YouTube channel. None of them have a YouTube channel. None of them have a YouTube channel. All the videos are here and there. So it starts like that. He's here. Look at Bruno here. Bruno created Mais Kizomba. So, like it or not, Kizomba on YouTube as a home. If you're not big like Kaysha or Nelson Freitas or George or other people, you can go on Mais Kizomba, you put your music videos, and you have an audience of 1 million people. This is what I called building something that is strong. If you want to push the culture, you have the tools to push the culture. Those people at that time, when I was telling them you have to put the music videos on YouTube, they were all telling me, no, because I'm selling my DVD. And I was like, okay, we'll talk in 10 years. And it's been 10 years and everybody's calling me. My YouTube, I just started my YouTube channel. How do I have 1,000 followers? Yo, bro. Talk too much, then I forget all the comments. Wait, sorry, where was I? 1 Indeed. And everybody has a camera now. This thing has been going on for centuries. Yep. It's gonna take a long time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or even in France, anywhere in the world. Because they are organized. They are organized, and whatever are their competition between each other, when you attack one of them, they come as a unit, and they already are invested and infiltrated in everything. So when they say stop, you have to stop, because they can fuck your business. We are here saying stop, but then we all go buy Nikes. We all go buy brands. We all here listening to the same rappers who say stop. They wear Gucci. They don't wear African brand. They don't wear Taibo Bakat. They wear Gucci. We believe that to do like my wedding ring is Chanel or Cartier. I don't remember. What is it? I think it's Cartier. It's Cartier, right? It's not an African creator, but it's just gold. It's just but because of that brainwash and the lack of grand plan. A grand plan is when you say, yo, all the African countries are now one country. Not for real, but for all of us, we are now one. Those who win are not mocking those who lose. Those who win are lifting the others. We don't get loans from them anymore. We get loans from our rich countries. So we rather own to each other. We put our money in our people. You want to buy something, you try to see if it exists in your community, you buy it. And then you want to go buy a house, you don't go, when you go to the agency, you go to the guy of your community, etc., etc. Not to become worse than them, but just to build the power. And you defend yourselves. You have people who defend yourselves. Instead of robbing each other, we are protecting each other. On the streets, you got people who at a point, if this shit continues to happen in the US, there's gonna be a point where this guy who's here chilling with his knee, breaking the neck of somebody, is gonna get shot on camera. This is what's gonna happen, because people are gonna go back to the days of the Black Panthers, where they were saying they were terrorists. Because when you defend yourself from the oppressor, they always call you a terrorist. And this is gonna happen at a point. If those guys don't stop what they're doing, people will start taking arms, because they will be like, yo, it's enough. People will not be just there filming. Maybe there's gonna be 100 people who are gonna come running and lynch that guy. This can happen, but this happens when people are just done of just filming and saying we enough, we matter, blah, 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 blah. If this doesn't work, people gonna go militia, especially in that country when it's part of the Constitution. That's the Second Amendment. You have the right to protect your family, get a gun, and create a militia. It's in their Constitution. So, if you start thinking like that in every move you do, and you try to have the rest of the people moving like that too, then the conversation can change. You don't come to the TV asking if you can have one actor. You create your own channel, and it's funded by your people, and it's from your money of your people, and you can start doing your movies, and yeah, your corny movies, your novellas, your action movies, your superhero movies. Can you imagine that it took so many years to have Black Panther, one black superhero when every other superhero is a white American? So our kids have to dream of people who don't look like them. When at a point, did we make that movie? No. Did we all go Wakanda, Wakanda? Yeah, we did. Because we were happy that they make a movie for us. Why can't we fund with the million we spend on brands that we buy that are not our brands, so we can show the people that we don't like that we are better than them and they don't care actually? Why we don't use that money to fund our own movies, our own series, and become a commercial force? Do you know how much money black people in the world spend on everything? Talking about billions of dollars every month. This is our force. But we buy like dumb people. We buy because it's cool, because it has an Italian name. We buy because of, but nobody. We got our brands, Fubu, all these companies. We have our creators. We have Alpha D. We have African creators. How we are all here, and we buy from other people and we don't support our creators. Even if you don't like what they do, buy one thing just so that they become rich, they become powerful, and they give jobs to other people. Those people will not be in the street hustling, so they will not end up in jail. Everybody loves to complain, but nobody wants to do their job. Do you know how many careers I started? How many people I gave purpose? Lots of people. Beat makers, singers, even sometimes just people that you gave a dream just by talking. If everybody was like that, instead of spending 2 hours criticizing other people, you spend 2 hours uplifting other people and showing people that you can do this, you can do that. Yo, oh, I don't have money to invest. You have 50 euros that you're not using? Yeah, okay, that's money to invest. Invest in your culture. Go take your 50 euros, buy 50 songs. Go on iTunes, buy 50 songs of whoever you say, I don't hear him anymore. Too bad his career is over. Did you buy his songs? Do you play his songs on Spotify? Are you doing your part? Or you only do your part when it's time to say, oh, I can't breathe, rest in peace, George Floyd, rest in peace, everybody others, Black Lives Matter. That's the only time where you do your job, when you're angry? The rest of the time, what are you doing? That's the question you should ask yourself. I'm not angry. I'm just talking. But I put the revolutionary music. I put the angry music because it has to come out. DJ Dalton, how are you? I hope you're fine. Hey, DJ Montero, you know I was online? Me neither. Soon, I will have times where I get online. I will have time where you'll find me there. But yeah, Thank you. Amen. Amen. People prefer using their energy to mess up other people's life. That's it. And when it's time to come together and defend themselves or ourselves, there's no more energy. There's just enough energy to tweet a bit, go in the street, be angry, do a ton of YouTube videos, and then that's it. So then life goes on. Things don't change. People don't get processed because we don't have the power. We didn't invest in the places. We don't own the places. Listen, I'm on YouTube. I own Google stock. My music is on Spotify. I own Spotify stock. When they just bought Joe Rogan and they made 5 billions from their stock going up, I made a few hundreds from the little stock I own, and with that money I buy some more. My music is on Apple Music. I buy iPhones. I own Apple stock. And I own a bunch of others, strategic stocks, Johnson & Johnson, apartments, commercial centers, this, that. Why? Because I'm infiltrating. When I'm done infiltrating in 10 years and they have something that they want to do and it doesn't go right with my community or my business or whatever I'm interested in at that moment, I can go as an investor and say, I disagree. And if I have 100,000 like me who also invested for the last 10 years in those companies, when we say we disagree, it's not the same as I disagree, because we vote, because now we have also control. And then you can also buy a little bit of all the channels. Right now, you have companies like Tap Portugal, Air France, JetBlue. To buy one stock, you need €5. €5 because of the economy. They are all going down. €5 for a stock of Air France, 8 for JetBlue, 20 for Delta Airlines. What you think I do with my Spotify money? I buy those stocks. I buy those stocks because one day I want to be able, in 10, 15 years, to have a voice that is loud enough to tell YouTube, hey, this is not normal. Stop this, stop that. I'm doing my part. I'm explaining to people how I'm doing my part, and it's up to everybody to do their part. I'm not here to force people. I'm not here to... You guys do what you have to do. But I'm not a guy who complains. I'm a guy that everybody tried to stop me since I started. Everybody that was a friend, everybody that was a partner, everybody always tried to stop me, because in the beginning they think I'm just this small guy, and at a point they realize this nigga is dangerous, and then they try to stop me, and they try to sneak stop me. And because of that, I learned that everywhere I go, I have to be in control. That's why I operate different way than a lot of people. I've been in the Zouk market for 15 years. In these 15 years, everybody that was just obsessed with the idea to say, I'm a producer, I have a label, but it was just wanted the image. They actually didn't have a label. They just had a logo, but everything belonged to Section Zouk. All of these labels, they just had a logo. Me, I came with a contract that said, we do the CD sales 50-50 for Elisio, ABG, and all them. And for Kaysha, we do 60-40, 60 for me, 40 for you. And digital, 100% is mine. And all the masters, they belong to me. Because I bring my masters, I bring my artists, I bring my productions, I build my beats, I bring everything. I bring my producers, my photos, and you put in the market. But everything belongs to me. So when I stopped working with them, I left with all my catalog. When those guys stopped working with them, or when they just exploded on route, they left with nothing. They left with a logo. This is how I operate, and this is why everywhere I'm somewhere, people they think it's funny in the beginning, and then they realize I'm dangerous. Where were we? Hello, you. How are you? I created a process saying a true gentleman get his clothing and music from authorized sources to support creators. Amen. David, you don't invite me anymore in the fashion shows. You changed. Bullying mentality. Indeed. What up, Getty? How are you? You have spoken many truth tonight. Yeah, well, somebody has to, bro. Somebody has to. I mean, don't I always? This is a show where we speak the truth. And I think it's important to speak the truth and not speak the bullshit. And speaking the truth is not something that is offensive. It is something that is supposed to enlighten and open the minds and open the eyes. And that's what I'm just trying to do, so that people be less in the complaining and more in the creating. That is true, Emmanuel. A lot of people, if you don't have the same opinion as them, they start their sentence with an insult and then they whatever. And these are the people I don't even answer. I just block them straight, because a lot of people online, they don't come online to listen to other people's opinion and enrich whatever they think. You add with whatever you learned and you see what you can take there or not. Maybe if you only take 1%, this might change your opinion in the right way or whatever, or just give more insight or context to your opinion. But a lot of people come online not to see what other people are thinking. They come online to have people validate what they think. So they only listen to the news of the people that agree with them. They only follow people who agree with them. And whenever you disagree with them, they either insult you or they play the victim. So they never learn nothing. So I'm going to give you a very bad example and a very far-fetched example, so that you realize the type of conversation that you can have online. Like, yo, we have to mute R. Kelly. Why? Oh, is this, is that, is this, is that. Wait, yeah, this is this, that's true. Is this, yeah, but that, and that. I don't know. Where? Oh, huh? What? We have to calm down. I have 30 years of memories on his songs. I have to stop listening? And what about all the songs he wrote for whatever? What about you defending him? I don't listen to your music anymore too. Bye. It's a bad example because it's a touchy subject. Oh, what about your daughter? What about if it was your sister? What about? Yeah, listen. Can we have the conversation in a way that you don't try to be so right that you are not even giving space to having a conversation, and to people saying that, no, you cannot divide the artist from the music. Okay, in this case, you cannot listen to music from nobody, because it's not just R. Kelly. It's a ton of them. And it's not just victims. There are also groupies. There are also people who are using the situation. And you cannot just say that they are just victims and they are oppressors. Sometimes they are liars too. Sometimes they are things. So can I take the time to think? Can I take the time to make my own opinion? Can you give me the information that is proven to be true? Can we have that? Can we have that? And a lot of people come online to, and I didn't say my opinion on that, I'm just giving you an example. But a lot of people come online to give their opinion, and because they are weak alone, they come with 10,000 other people who agree with them, and then they go attack you en masse. And whatever you do, whatever you post now, they come with the subject from 10 years ago. It's not possible. This is not a conversation. You don't learn because you just feel attacked and you just want to tell them to go fuck themselves. And they don't learn because they don't understand that life has nuance. There's a lot of gray in life. Listen, when you travel all around the world, and if you're single, and every time you go do a show, you do something with a groupie or something that a girl you like and whatever, like, you're not sure of a lot of things when after 20 years or when you older, you're like, wait a minute, am I sure of some things? Like, you can be sure that you've been respectful to everybody, but there are some people that you never ask some questions. And like, you think like, wait a minute, I don't want to know. And then this can come back to you. But how do you defend yourself from people who are crazy and who are just here to destroy everybody, and that don't realize that they are destroying the culture? And it doesn't mean that somebody who's guilty, because he's part of the group, cannot be punished. It's just that slow down and calm down before yelling. Wait, try to understand, try to be less emotional. Me, when something happens, somebody gets killed, when the internet goes crazy, before I want to see images, before I try to wait, because like everybody, I've been caught in the seeing something, reacting, being pissed, posting something, posting everywhere, and realizing that this guy was just doing it for publicity. This happened to me, and I got pissed because I overreacted too fast. I try now to take a step back, try to have as much information before I react. And when somebody disagrees with me and is able to disagree with an interesting point of view, another point of view, sometimes it's just another point of view. Sometimes the truth, if I'm seeing the truth from here, I'm gonna see this side of the truth, right? If you see the truth from there, you are seeing this side of the truth. By the way, Case by Shada, you can buy it on shadaware.com. If you see this, I'm gonna tell you it's a black screen, and you're gonna tell me no, it's Sushi's. And sometimes talking to somebody who's on the other side of the point of view, it will tell you a truth that you cannot see just because you are here. And by understanding what goes on the other side, you're gonna have a conversation. And if you guys are able to have the conversation in a different manner, he can teach you something, and you can tell him, for real? Well, listen, here on that side, we have a screen that does this. For real? Wow. And then maybe that person ends up following you because he's like, I learned something today. And you follow him because you're like, yo, I learned something today from somebody who disagreed with me. And then you can have I have friendship. One of my good friends, good friends, is somebody that is my complete opposite in politics. She's like on the far side of where I am. And we disagree on everything politics. But on every debate we have, I learn so much. I learn so much because it's somebody that knows how to explain to you things, and she can make you think about some of your positions and make you think about some of your votes, because we vote and we vote for enemies. But after that, then we have the conversation, and then we can have it a year later and realize that we both changed our positions. And when one of my positions changed, she said, "Oh, so you don't think that anymore?" And I'm like, "No, I don't anymore because this." And I say, "What about you about that?" "Oh, I changed too because of that. And I'm like, "Yeah, see?" And because we can agree that people can change. You're not gonna read my tweets from when I got in Twitter. It was in 2007 when Twitter just arrived. I don't know what I said. I don't have to assume what I said back then if I'm a completely different person. Can you show me everything you said before you talk about what I said in 2007? Do you want to go to my MySpace and go find any joke that I did back then when whatever, saying some words nobody cared? Are you going to take that and go dig that if I get super famous? I'll just look at everybody and say, "Fuck you all." Hey. The world is dying. You can hear it in the mainstream music. The sound is watered down and distilled. I disagree. The world is changing. The world might not sound, the music might not sound like what you like, but it doesn't mean that it is bad. It just means that, it took a lot of effort to do music back in the days. It cost a lot of money, and it was not accessible to that much people. And only the people who had qualifications and the money could create music. Today, I can make a song with my phone now. I can make a beat with my phone and it will sound amazing. And that's technology. So with so many people able to make music, there's a lot of music that is, not of our taste, but there are also so many more people who are able to listen to music that those people make millions of music. And because most people are simple, I will do a video about that. For most people, 1 + 1 = 2, and that's enough for them. And to people like us who understand a little more, we 0.25 plus 0.75 plus 0.10 plus 0.8 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 = 2. And it's beautiful. But to everybody, it's complicated. So we tend to become at some point elitist because we think that what we like is better. Actually, it goes back to what I said before. If we like something that is not popular, the only responsibility that we have is to invest in it, push, and support. You have $10 that you don't have nothing to do with it. Instead of going to buy a coffee at Starbucks, you buy the album of that person. So that person knows that there's somebody who's pushing the genre that they're doing. And that's what a community is supposed to do. That's why I don't have a problem telling people that they can support my music by going to stream or giving donations, because you want this to continue. It is your responsibility to be the guardians. Not the stream of Wednesday, but the stream of last Sunday, you can hear my whole thing about the guardians of music, where I explain to the fans that their responsibility is not just to complain about the quality of the music, but to push the good music. Whatever they like, whatever they consider the music they like, they have to push. You go and you don't download. You listen on Spotify, you buy on iTunes. When you see a video from the artist you like on YouTube and there's an ad, you don't pass the ad. You let the artists make their money. And then the music that will at least be supported by enough people to survive will be the music you like. I like to play zouk. Me too, teacher. The success of Dream Girl around the world and the impact in Latin America makes me think zouk can have success in Spanish. It's recently reached gold in the USA. Lazy mark. I'm telling you, zouk is not zouk like everything else. Zouk is not a dead genre. It's a evolving genre. Kizomba is a form of zouk. Zouk is a form of compa. So kizomba is a form of compa. They just become branch. When a branch is solid enough, you give it a name. So compa, zouk, kizomba, even like the zouk that they do now in Brazil, they call brega funk, but it's kizomba zouk. It's the same thing. Reggaeton came from Shaba Rank song Dembow. So, and it's from the same region. And those people from that region, they all came from West Africa. So all these musics, they come from the same root, and then they all evolve depending on the movement of the populations and what happened to these populations. So sometimes all you need is to look what I did. I came in the zouk market, I brought some hip hop and R&B inside it, and I sing in English. And I had an international market. So sometimes you have to not be obsessed with the way you want the sound to be and stay, and being like a purist, and understand that sometimes you need to just tweak a little bit something to bring other people in, or maybe like you said, a zouk song in Spanish, sung by Beyonce or a Latin artist that is big, or J Balvin, would change everything. Look at Downtown from Anita and J Balvin. That's a pure zouk song. But everybody's saying urban Latin or whatever, but it's a zouk song. And it's so to me, I wouldn't say zouk is dead. I would say that a branch and a style of zouk from the Ali Angel Thierry Delaney 2004 sound, that is a great sound. It just arrived to the point where there's so many songs that it's time to find something else. That's it. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad sound. It just means that it's now an old song because it's 15 years old. That's it. It's, do something new. Zouk for me is universal. Hey, thank you, Moto Music. Do I have to read your comment first? There's no comment. It's just a GIF. Thank you so much, brother. I need to invite you again because on those type of conversation, you would have been a great person to have the conversation with. But let's continue. I feel like DJ Paul of 36 Mafia, the secret leader of today's rap music. Listen, DJ Paul, and those are people who've been there in the shadows for a long time, and he's everywhere. That's true. That is true. And he has some fire. And that's interesting when you listen to hip hop in the US. Hip hop has so many different forms. that even what is the mainstream, that I would say the Fruity Loop trap, right? That is kind of easy to do. And with the watered down lyrics that just say free from stream, I'm gonna do one for TikTok, but bear with me, it's just for the money. But even that style, when you start going to all the genres and everything that is there's so much stuff. There's so many different genres of it. And that's why I say, us, the public, I mean, me when I'm the public, it is your responsibility to get out of the top 10 and start looking for it. You take a 1 year account on Spotify. It's gonna cost you $70, and then you go and you explore. There's a ton of music in there, and you create a playlist of what you like, and this is what you listen to. And doing that, you support those people. I've been discovering amazing stuff. I'm discovering amapiano these days. I'm always discovering some new stuff in the South African house music. When I go to because I have my own playlist, so I have to listen to stuff. But even like on my Kizomba playlist that has 10,000 followers, I hope you follow my Kizomba playlist on Spotify. It's called Kizomba 2020. On my Kizomba playlist, let me put the link in the comment instead of talking. Wait, where is it? Share, copy link, paste the link, bang, go follow. Even on my Kizomba playlist, I put some stuff that is not really Kizomba, but that can enter because it sounds like Kizomba. I put some Latin stuff because it's great to build bridges, because then that's how the people, if you have an apple and you hear the apple is the real one, but there they make pears, well, you can shape your apple a bit to look like a pear, and then you give them one, they, wow, nice, they come here, they realize that apples and pear are not so different, and boom, money is made. For the music industry to focus more on African music, we need to be strong so we can influence the market. Right now in Portugal, most writers stop playing Kizomba, at least. Yep. But you know why? Because the Angolan money stopped coming in, and that the fever stopped. And while the fever was there, a lot of people didn't use that moment to create something, to create a momentum. A lot of people used that moment to just help themselves and not the group. Back at that moment when Kizomba was everything, thanks to your channel too, about with the 2-3 videos that were there making 40 million views, what did everybody do? Instead of being like, wow, my Kizomba amazing, they were hating your channel. Oh, why? Ba 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 ba. He's part of the culture. Claudian, welcome to Shada Gang. And to me, that is the difference. You see what I mean? Some people will always see the narrow corridor instead of seeing the big picture of the field. Some people will always try to be Ronaldo when other people like me will be like, okay, let me buy the stadium and be the owner of the team, and then I pay Ronaldo, because if I pay Ronaldo 10 million every year, it means that I make 100 millions. And if I own him and all the players, then everybody that comes to the stadium and buy hot dogs, tickets, and Coca-Cola are bringing me 1 million or 2 or 5 million every single game. And some people, they just want to be there in the field running. So you can do that until a certain point. But if you look at the bigger picture, you're gonna see that the team is more important than yourself. And if you look at another bigger picture, you're gonna realize that it would be great if we own the team. Or it would be even better if we own the stadium. Because then every time people come in, it funds a way bigger part of the pie, and we can use the money that is generated to build around and to build other things and to build our own media, the media from the game, and etc., etc., etc. But this is a mindset. Winning is a mindset. A lot of people have no vision. Those people, they are followers, but they don't follow enough. They follow until what they need. And you, at a point, you need to have the people who are collective people who have a strong vision to be together and decide that they want to create something that goes further than their own interests, but that goes for the interest of the people. Because if not, what happens? Then you have, MTV Africa that is owned by no Africans. The African CNN, which is Africa 24, that is owned by French media. And so the news that is there is never the news from our point of view. It's the news from their point of view. And they will always look, let me not go there again. What movie? Do the Right Thing? Does that Shada wear sweatshirt you're wearing? Yes. And it says Tout est une illusion. And it has waiting for your comment to go. It has camouflage. I designed it. See? A pink camouflage that goes in the end into white, pink, and it's, wait, let me show you the model. It's easier. Those glasses are hurting my head. So, tout est une illusion. There it is. Oh, I don't like that mock-up. That mock-up is horrible. There it is. This is better. That's how it looks like. Okay, that was a mistake. There you go. That's what it looks like in the front and in the back. It's a nice one. I have this. Oh, wait. Let me go back here. I have a new product that I designed yesterday. Wait, it's called Colorful Camo. Bra. Camouflage? Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Oh, I can't wait to receive that one. Look at that. It has like, so you don't wear it with, you have to wear that with black or white because it has a lot of color, but it is dope. And then in the back, it has this huge, oh yeah, this is a banger. Well, let me send the link so you can check it out from here. Keep it going. Yeah, there you go. We were saying, wait, where are we? See, that's the thing. As always, when I start this live and there's only one person watching, and I'm like, I guess I'm gonna be alone, and I have this dark subject to talk about. I'm like, okay, it's not gonna be long. and then you guys start bringing the life in there. And actually, I want to thank you because I feel much better after talking to you guys and being able to come out of all that. Let me go. Where are we? Fuck, I'm far in the comments. Wait, taking too much time to reply to I love Luke Cage on Netflix. I was disappointed. I loved the Jamaican enemy in the second season, but I felt that those things hurting me. Those glasses plus these headphones are hurting me. I'm gonna put those ones. I'm gonna put the concert headphones that gets inside of the ears. Yeah, you know, the Luke Cage, how can I say, I loved the image. I loved the fact that they used the Notorious B.I.G. Imagery, all that with the first, etc. I loved all that, but I thought that Luke Cage himself was a little, it's hard to explain. Like, I wanted him to be more, to do more stuff, to be more aggressive, to be less, it's hard to explain. But I know that that's what I felt every time I watched the series. I was like, wait, that's it? The guy is invincible, and that's what he does. Like, but it was cool. I watched it nevertheless. Sorry, I still watched it, but much better. This cable is. Wait a minute. I need an extension. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Much better. I have an extension cable of this. Or not. I know I have one somewhere. Whatever. Sorry for the cable. It's, I don't know where the extension is. Anyway, yeah. Could have been like Luke Cage and the other one. There's the white guy who comes from Tibet. Feast of what's his name? They were a little too crybabies for me. Like, I needed them to be a little more. It's hard to explain. Yes, Nadia, we need to support our talents. Yes, don't forget to like the live. Guys. Hey Jennifer, comment ça va au Bénin? Oh. Stay safe, Jenny. Stay safe. Oh, DJ Sanchez, what up, bro? I have a question. How do you think artists in general can make a living from their production in Congo beside the performance fee? That is a very good question. Very, very good question. The problem in Africa is that as an artist, the only place where you actually generate income is when people hire you to perform in the clubs. Because other than that, you don't have streaming revenue and etc. etc. I'm not putting my finger in my nose. I have a piercing. I'm just putting it well. So a lot of people end up realizing that they need to have a hit, so people hire them and they perform all around the world, right? And so they miss out on copyright money. They miss out on revenue from their own catalog when you have your songs on Spotify and they play, etc., etc. But actually, in my opinion, the best way to circumvent that is to understand that the world is not siloed anymore. Back in the days, when you were famous in France, you would only sell your music in France, and only the French people would check out your stuff. And you would have because the market was conditioned by the CDs, and you would need to have your CD reach some stores so people could get their hands on your music. But with the internet, everybody's music in their phone. And when you put your music on iTunes, Spotify, etc., it is accessible to the whole world. So the question to this is, do what I did. I made a lot of money from the shows, and I invested all that money in making more music and promoting the music outside of where I am. So I would promote the music outside of Congo, maybe make deals with telephone companies so they can, because I know that a lot of telephone companies, they sell the music there, or ringtones or whatever. So I would make those deals, and then I would focus on making the shows there on local and building a strong catalog of music for outside, for Spotify, for the people who bring you money without you traveling. This is what I've done. Me, I don't care if I do shows or not, because I make now 95% of my money from the streaming. And I don't make the streaming from Portugal. I actually make the streaming from France, from South Africa, from the USA, from Japan, from everywhere. China, India. It comes from everywhere because I got fans everywhere. And I use internet, YouTube, etc. to attract those people. You give free content like what you are watching, and after that, some of these people will be like, yo, let me listen to some songs. Let me support. Boom. Wherever they are, they go to whatever platforms, the money funnels back down to me. So then you can focus on locally do the shows and internationally receive from the streams. To receive enough money from the streams, you need a minimum of 40 songs, minimum, unless you have a hit. But if you don't have a hit, you need to have at least 20, 30, 40 songs. And you do like me, one every week, one every 2 weeks, one every month, whatever. And you create your community, you build your community. It takes a lot of time to build a community, but you start building a community like right now. The people who come here on these lives, they come back every time because of the community. And some after time, they will follow each other on Instagram, whatever. Some might work together, or who knows. But that's the community that you build. And you build a community around your music, and that community pushes your music, and that's when you make money outside. So I did the opposite back in the days. Because of piracy, we would sell only the CDs in France, and would make most of the money from the sales in France, Belgium, Portugal. And then in Africa, we would actually make money from the shows. So it was more or less the same strategy, but in reverse. Coche, what up, bro? J'ai fait un effort pour marquer ma présence. Désolé, je tenais juste à le faire, savoir car nous sommes une famille. Merci beaucoup, vraiment merci. They can't hate you alone. They need an army. Hey. I don't understand how they go look for something for 24 years ago just to cancel somebody like they did to Kevin Hart. Exactly. And the worst part is that 10 years ago, he said sorry about that joke. But they kept coming and coming and coming because, yeah, they just wanted to stop him from doing his dream. And then he said, you know what? Once they seen that the Grammys were not having his back, he said, you know what, guys? I'm out. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm not doing it. No, please come. Go say sorry. No, I'm done. And I respect his decision because you cannot people bully you forever. Okay, it was a joke. You didn't like the joke? Okay, I'm sorry. But you're not going to say every time that your name comes somewhere and you have a big event, those people come back again. And those people come pretending that they never did a mistake, they never said something stupid, or they never changed their mind about something. I love when a politician comes to get to do an interview and they show him something that he said 30 years ago. The nigga's 60 years old. He said this, he was 30 years old. You don't think in 30 years you can change your mind? What kind of question is that? Can't you talk about what's happening right now? Yeah, but you know, in 1976, you said this, and you roll. So we lost 5 minutes of a 25-minute interview. We lost 5 minutes because you are trying to create the buzz instead of talking about what we're interested. And you see, everybody's doing that shit. Recent study shows when we choose a side, politics, party, etc., it's very hard to sympathize with the other side. We are very competitive by nature to anyone outside our group. Yes, but at the same time, we can agree to disagree, and we can learn to learn from the other people and respect them as opponents. I love having a competition with people that I respect, because when they win, we all win in the end. Yeah, I want it to be number one and not number two. Okay, but it's still us winning. And some people, they think and they are made to think, and they have media that is pushing them there, and some parts of the media and some parts of the people who come here are pushing to the extremes of both sides, so that people are unable to now be able to have a conversation. And then look at America. This country used to be the number one country that everybody was dreaming of. Everybody was like, wow, land of the free, etc. And look at how in a few years, look what it became. Look at their conversation. They have a president that cannot even have a conversation with the press when he talks about things. It always has to go into an altercation. And they cannot ask him normal questions anymore. And he doesn't even know how to do normal answers anymore. When even in the middle of the moment where they have to be united, because they all have a common enemy. So real. Education is everything. Watch Enter the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. Lots of interesting stuff about our brains. Send me the link, bro. WhatsApp me the link. They want everybody to have like them. Wow, how do you make beats on the phone? That's awesome. It's easy. Want me to show you? Let me see it. Let me see if I have the cable. I'm gonna do a simple one, right? And not let me choose another. Ooh, that's what I'm playing after. Let me show you. Interesting. What's going on here? Wait a minute. Sorry. What the hell? There we go. So there's an app. What's the name of this app? It's just an example, right? So I'm not gonna do you a full beat, but I can do a full beat. But I could use GarageBand, but let's say let's do this for example. Let's say I want to make kizomba beats, so I put my tempo to 88 or 89. Let's say 90. No, 88. Let's go sexy. So let me get a kick. Oops, it's too loud. I think it's too loud. Sorry, I don't know how to change the volume of the phone from this. Shit. I mean, okay. There you go. Compromise symptom. Let's do a kizomba on the phone. Easy. Easy. I have to do a beat making session. See? You can make a beat on the phone. And you hear the quality, you can have samples, you can nowadays it's nothing. It's nothing. And I'm not even using like some apps that I have. This is like a very simple app that I use when I'm in the plane and I'm bored and I'm just creating some stuff. So there you go. Where was I? Hey, I thought you'd been. Oh, how are you? How's the kid? African music is the sound of earth on God. It's the sound of the earth on God. That's beautiful. It is. Thanks for testing. Nice, huh? You have to put it in your channel, bro. You have to invite me in your channel. You have to do a live. We need to do another legendary conversation. The country where reggaeton came from is Panama. It's one of the only countries in Latin America where compa is big. Listen, and even Panama, they only did a Spanish version of the song Dembao by Shada. There's a great video on Vox about the story of reggaeton, and actually, yeah, it came from Jamaica. It's just Shada. They just did a sample of that song Dembao. Actually, before it was called reggaeton, it was called the sound. The style was called Dembao, and then from Dembao it became reggaeton, which comes from reggaeton. So this is actually a great video. I love that video. I have to find the link. We are thinking of using Zoom or similar to have people join our lives. You should do the same for your live, for the people that want to say hi or join in your discussion. Yeah, either Zoom or Skype, you can have up to 5 people. I think even up to 6 people. So, sometimes you just do a panel, you divide the screen in 6 and everybody talks, or the application that I'm using, Ecamm, they said that they are developing a way that you can invite people from the app directly, and they will just receive a link, just like Zoom, but it will be from the application. They receive the link, and from the link, they just have their webcam. They get in, you converse with them, and easy. So that's a way. There's also an application, a web called StreamYard, when you can invite people and they just receive a thing. They also see the comments and stuff. And you can even stream from StreamYard to every platform. That's interesting too. I used that to do an interview with a radio from London. That was interesting. But yeah. Zoom is also interesting. That's an option I'm considering if I do a listening party or something, and I can have everybody like around. That can be fun. I grew up listening to Zouk from 2000. You guys changed the game today for me as a DJ. When I put the old records, I can't explain the feelings. But that's the fun part of it. Is an old record like a song of mine, or a song of Harry Diboula, or a song of Eric Bruta, or Splash, Livity? You see, an old record, it depends on your generation and when you were born. I was born in 1974, so for me, yeah, when I listen to Teddy Riley, Bobby Brown, R. Kelly, the R album, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, like Guy, Isley Brothers, Gap Band, Europe. It takes me somewhere because I was 15, and it takes me to those memories. It takes me to this time where I was building myself, and those songs are part of my DNA because that's when I was building myself. And to somebody who was 0 years old at that time, or 2 years old at that time, those songs, for them, it's like Lady Gaga, it's gonna be Beyonce, it's gonna be da-da-da-da. And for the next generation, our songs will be way too old. Like, who, Kaysha? And for people who are older than us of 30 years, like my dad, for them, you have to take them back to Celia Cruz, to Zaiko Langalanga, to Kassav, and everybody will have their generation of heroes and their generation of legends, and everybody will always think that what is new is, it is strange. This is normal. This is part of life. And as an artist, you have to learn that. This is something I tell artists in the beginning. Understand that. You're going to be new to somebody, you're going to be old to somebody, and at a point you're going to be too old for the kids. My son is 17 years old. He doesn't listen to my music. Yes, he knows. He likes. He's proud of who his dad is. But in his school, he goes in school with the kids of Fali Pupa. We put them in the same school, and they don't listen to their dads at home when they are with their homies. They listen to trap. They're like, oh, you see them like, and me and Fali, we look at them like, this is life. What do you think about Sarkozy BET Awards Cypher 2019? I didn't check that out. I didn't see. You know what, Kaysha? I want to send you a couple of songs in some African genres you might not know and ask you for feedback. I think you'd be amazing to review them. Of course, bro. Send me that. Even I discovered so much music that I don't even know through Mais Kizomba. Listen, Mais Kizomba is a treasure cave. There's so much stuff in there. Kaysha, Nichols, Tina, Tadina, Princess Lover, Adi Angel, etc., etc. Sumia, Marvin. You guys show us an evolution of Zouk with R&B. Indeed, but that's because we all came from R&B, and we were all like, we came with a different background than the people who invented Zouk. So of course we brought our thing in there, and we actually, we did some. Forgot to put the music. Yeah, we did some crazy stuff back then, and some of us still do. Hey, don't forget Sly. The Black Panther movie, nice. Because I don't understand speak French and Portuguese, it was so much easier to find that music in different artists through one channel, Mais Kizomba, than trying to find individual artists. Yeah, I guess. On Sushi Road channel, on my channel that you can find on the Kaysha channel, there's a lot of things to joking. Now it's true, there's some nice stuff. You could also check, there was a Zouk channel, I don't know if it still exists. There was like the Zouk version of Mais Kizomba. What was his name? I forgot. But I know that he had a lot of problems with copyright claims and stuff. I don't know if the music still exists, but there was also some nice stuff in there. You hated Luke Cage? Something was missing for me. Malcolm Beats, what up? Yeah, it was like, I'm happy to see the hero, but even like the actor. Okay, listen. You want to know which one I hate? That's on Netflix right now. Luke Cage, I enjoyed. I watched it with my wife. We watched, but we were not like, wow. We were just like, yeah. The one I really don't like is Black Lightning on Netflix. I don't think he's the right actor. His postures don't make he don't look superhero, and it's super cheesy. They all don't take the choices when you have to do the choices, and like the pro-blackness is nah. This one I don't like. That's this one. Every time I watch, I'm like, this is like I'm watching because yeah, I'm supporting. But after 2 seasons, I didn't even start the 3rd season. I was like, told my wife, yo, there's 3rd season. She's like, watch by yourself. And I'm like, okay, let me go watch Ghost in the Shell. This one, like, really, I don't know, like, it really seems like black superheroes done by non-black people, or done by, I don't know, like, I want to do a, listen, we have to do a show one day where we talk about ideas that can be pitched to Netflix for Africans. I really want to do an African superhero, like, but a real one, like, and with African problems and girls' problems and stuff. All the Marvel you seen in Netflix? Yeah, the Marvels on Netflix, right? I like Daredevil. I think you can watch Daredevil. I like the 1st season and 2nd season of the girl. I forgot her name. But yeah. Luke Cage and the other one, Iron Fist. Yeah, exactly. Iron Fist. Like that guy, like, did they have to make it so stupid? Like, nah. Exactly. Our mentality grows. Some of us. Your English is better than our present. That's not true. Enter the wormhole is in Discovery. Okay. It's 4 a.m. Once I'm done, I'm gonna go watch that. This is a great class of Kizomba beats. Thanks. I'm gonna do better on Logic. It's a long time I didn't do a production live. I'll do that. I'm gonna do a live studio session. I have to change that logo too. Thank you. Now that I have it, I'm definitely going to invite you. Hey. Kaysha have my heart. I'll tell them that. Yo, listen, I love the albinos villain, but then the boyfriend that becomes bad, like it's not the fact that the storyline, it's just that, listen, the story is okay to me, more or less. It's just that it is badly told, like c'est mal raconté. I don't know how to say it in English. Like, it's the pace, the way it's the dialogue, the way the actors, I think, and like in their suits, nah. Like, and come on, the powers of the daughter. Nah. I really don't like this show, and I watch it. I watch it because I want Netflix to see that the shows they do with us inside, we watch them, and there's some plays coming from Portugal. At least there's me, but it could have been so much better and less childish, I would say. Like, yeah, there's something about it, like something is missing. You can feel I think that the essence of Zouk that you brought to us has been lost. No, I'm here. I don't know, man. It's things change, and then things come back. I believe that sometimes it's a question of, in 30 years, you will have three waves. Electronic waves, when everything is very electronic, very synthetic. And then every time that people get tired of that wave, then you have a wave of acoustic where guitars come back. Songs like my song with Lisa, Don't You? And it's always, it's waves. And sometimes you're in the middle of one wave and you have to wait like the next wave. And what happened in the wave after, they also learn from the wave before and from the electronic wave, and then you have interesting mixes, and sometimes other genres arrive and they change stuff, and like what I love about if I say the Zouk, like I love what the Brazilians are doing. The Brazilians are try to find a Brega Funk. It's the name of that style. It really sounds like kizomba, and it has some different, some special that's interesting, and the way they sing is different too, and it's really sound like it's the same tempo as kizomba. It's almost the same thing. It's just the instruments are different, of course, and they have views by the millions. And Brega Funk. Why not Shaka Zulu as a superhero? You talk about reggaeton, but you notice reggaeton didn't change the sound. It did. Reggaeton changed so much. But then you have the ones that is still using that same sample, and these ones are the same. But then you also have the new ones that have the trap Latin, trapaton, trap urban style. So, and yeah, there's also the normal one, but they have the support of their community. When you have 400 million Latin people who are pushing your music, playing on Spotify, making it number one, going on YouTube, playing the videos, making you have millions and millions of views, this is what makes the people who decide be like, yo, we want to be in. Us, what do? We go on YouTube, we download, and then we listen on our phones. Instead of having all of us a Spotify account so that we can all play the music from the artist in a way that numbers are shown, we have the same numbers but always pirate. So we cannot complain that our genres are not taken seriously. Go to my Skizomba channel, look at the numbers there. They have a lot of plays, they have a lot of things, but it's like 10% of the real people listen to these music a lot. But then at the same time, we had the conversation with Lisa. You are an artist, you're doing those amazing songs, people don't come to your show because they don't want to support you. They only remember that we are a unit when one of us is killed. That was the beginning of that video. So, people need to take their responsibility. Where's the battery of... Oh shit. I'm gonna unplug my camera if I do this. I can feel it. Uh-oh. If the image goes, don't worry. What did she do? There you go. Where was I? How to Get Away with My Love. Why my wife loves that show. Yeah, I see from time, but nah. Exactly. But don't you think there are too many YouTube channels sharing music without content? What do you mean? What do you mean sharing music without content? Like just music videos and that's it? You have to elaborate on what you are saying. For my Skizamba, how to get the music to play on your playlist but still be on the page of the artist. What's the process? You mean on Spotify? I mean, he's gonna answer if it's still there. And promoting poor artists. Who are we to decide who's good and who's bad? Thing is this, like, the way I see it is this: if there's views and lots of views, it means that there's a market, and it means that some people are liking what they are listening to. Does it mean that they like it, or does it mean that they don't have a good taste? Nobody knows, and nobody can decide, because we might think as artists that what we do is superior, and sometimes it is too much compared to what people need, and it's not us to decide what is good, what is bad. We know when something is, not quality, but what is a bad song for you might be a great song for somebody else. And if you realize that everybody is liking something that you don't like, and it has 1 million streams, well, it's time to ask yourself questions and to understand that maybe this is your taste, but maybe you could do the same thing that they do that you don't like, but in a way that is of a higher quality, and then you can win those people, and you can even teach them quality music. That's the way I do. That's the way I approach those things. One thing about the US, about us, is that the internet is expensive and people find it easy to download and listen without having to listen online. Where? In Africa? It depends where, Nadia. Because in Portugal, in Europe, internet is not expensive. At home, internet is just free. And in Africa, on YouTube, for example, you can download a video and watch it 10 times. And next time you connect, YouTube will say to the server that you watch it 10 times. So it's some country it is true, but not in Europe. Not anymore. Yep, you can submit to our site and we'll add it to our playlist and a website. Yep. Oh, I can link it. Is it myskizomba.com? Let me see. Yep, it is. That's the site. Is it me going? Oh, so good. So good. Suit, my wife was watching this House of Cards. I have to finish. I think I only watched 2 seasons of House of Cards. I never. Then after that, there was so much stuff to watch that I just, and me and the live recording and everything, I don't have time to do everything. Yes, in Africa. Well, yeah. Where in Africa? But yeah, I mean, some of these conversations apply to places where internet is ubiquitous and where you have Wi-Fi at home with through bandwidth and stuff. But you will see that when the internet becomes almost free in Africa, and you can have like for $10, you can have like 50 gigabytes on 4G or 5G, then African music will explode just because there's a billion people in there who don't have a good connection. Once they have it, it's over. That's exactly what happened with Latin America. Soon as everybody had a cheap internet connection on their phone, the YouTube views exploded. Guys, it's been 3 hours. I hope you liked the conversation. We have to do a show just about that. My guys, it's been a pleasure to spend another time with you. I had a little bit on my chest today, and I hope I didn't make the atmosphere go down. Sometimes we have to have sometimes serious conversation, and the great thing about you guys is that it is a conversation. It's just not just me talking, and then we take the subject and we came to where we ended. And I came here with a heavy heart, and I'm leaving here lifted from all that. So it's really a pleasure to come here, and I will be back if time permits. Sunday. I need to have days, so Wednesdays and Sundays. Those are gonna be my days. So Friday we have a battle on Instagram between Looney Johnson and LG Beat Killers. You have to not miss that. It's gonna be epic. We are already preparing the next ones. Saturday, I'm not sure if Saturday, go to the My Skizomba channel to see my boy DJ Ademar play live. I'm gonna be there in the comments this Saturday because that's fun. I want to test. I want to go do my donation. I want to test the super chat. Those who want to support this channel, super chats when we are live. It's the $ in the comments, or you can go to the donation link if you want to go directly to PayPal, or you can also become a patron. Though as soon as membership arrive, I will remove that option, so you might want to wait. Merci d'aller. My pleasure, bro. A healthy discussion is always good. Yep, that's it. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Matt, thank you. You are an African treasure. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a good night and be grateful. Yep. Schedule the live so we can follow it. You're giving me too much work, bro. But that's true. I will do that when I have, when I'm sure of my schedule, because sometimes I just start late. But I'll do that. We value your knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much from being here. And I'm gonna leave you with an album that I did called Lavish Life. So let me check. Let me show you. Let me show you on Spotify. It's an album that I did under the name Diamantero called Lavish Life, and I'm gonna play you a song called Koseni Kankan, and I'm gonna leave you with that one. All right. So let me prepare everything. Everything is ready. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that came here tonight. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank Leslie, Mauro, Krista Killer, Leville, Joel, Dali, Redune, Lab One World, Nadia, Luis, AJ, Mike Kizomba, Maximum Records, who else? Nathan, Matt, Hupo, DJ Montero, Emmanuel, Joel, DK, Giatti, Tito Livio Suarez, Jennifer, DJ Sanchez, Coach, and anybody that I forgot. It's always a pleasure to be around you guys and to have you guys with me in these conversations. We always get some great value from that. So I really wanna thank you all for that. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks a lot, Matt Music, for the super chat. It's a pleasure. I DM'd you. I hope you received the email. I don't know where you DM'd me, but I check all my DMs on all socials, but I don't check every day. But I always end up reading everything. Everybody go subscribe to Mike Kizomba. See you there in the live. And Keki Media, thanks for passing by. Zolari, tu es un fan. Bless up. Merci. And see you in the next one. My name is Mr. Shada. This is Club Shada. Shada Gang. Peace.
All I need you right here, baby. Cuddle up all night, yeah, baby. We party hard, all white, yeah, baby. I want you right here, baby.
Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan ni ó pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ó ṣọ̀kọ̀ṣọ̀kọ̀ yọ̀kọ̀. Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan ni ó pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ó rọpẹtẹ ó rọpọ̀pọ̀.
Tell me when you move that body, girl, I like that. Shake that booty like I like that. Now we be the life of the party with the flex for the party we go spend for the partition now why yeah. But baby shake. Now me get my money to the waist. What did that happen for the place? All my money, I go spray it on your waist. Nah, with the look
Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan ni ó pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ó ṣọ̀kọ̀ṣọ̀kọ̀ yọ̀kọ̀. Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan ni ó pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ó rọpẹtẹ ó rọpọ̀tọ̀. Baby, now only you. I swear now only you. Ain't nobody but you. Where they make my body move. I love to kiss you. Don't wanna miss you. Drive around the world with you. Cause all I want is you. Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan ni ó pọ̀pọ̀pọ̀ ó ṣọ̀kọ̀ṣọ̀kọ̀ yọ̀kọ̀. Kuseni kankan tó ní kankan tó pọ̀ tó ti wọ́n nìkan ìwọ nìkan. Baby, all I need is you. All I care about is you. Wanna spend my life with you. Yes, I said it. Wanna party hard with you. Make love to you. And make kids that look like you. So let's go around the world, wherever you prefer, as long as I'm with you.
Shaka yoko to seni koko to ni koko to pato ti wanika iwanika ni opa rock
All I need you right here, baby. Cuddle up all night, yeah, baby. We party hard, all white, yeah, baby. I want you right here, baby. All I need you right here, baby. Cuddle up all night, yeah, baby. We party hard, all white, yeah, baby. I want you right here, baby.